With the new season of NBA 2K24 being here, you know I gotta look out for y'all boys, giving y'all the best bases, the best releases, the best dribble pull-ups on the game. Y'all know I was playing on multiple builds as a small guard, a big guard, even a 6'10" or even 7-foot build, and we use so many different type of jump shots. It doesn't matter if you have a high three-pointer and low mid-range, or even a high mid-range and low three. There's something in today's video for you. But if you haven't missed the playback streams, you are been missing out. Y'all boys been missing out on the NBA games. If you haven't, make sure you go download playback, go follow my channel so you don't miss out when we stream the NBA games. And you've been missing out on the giveaways from VC, Amazon gift cards, Cash App. Bro, you are missing out. Y'all even miss out on the game winners. Oh my god! Oh my god! And from the last jump shot video, y'all boys is asking me, can you end up showing us the best releases on 2K like I did in 2K23? And I got y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the best releases when it comes to point guards, big guards, and in the big builds as well. But the first thing we're gonna start out with is the dribble pull-ups on this game. Y'all know how broken dribble pull-ups is in this game, especially if you got a high mid-range. But if you're someone that does not have starter 3 and you can't get Trae Young and the Kevin Durant's, that's cool. There's still something here for you. As of the first one, it is Pro 2. Pro 2 you can use for small guards and big guards. But since the new season is out, I've been seeing a lot of people use the Devin Booker dribble pull-up, and you remember from 2K23, Devin Booker dribble pull-up and Trae Young had the game on lockdown. Those are the best 2 dribble pull-ups that was in the game that year. But if you're someone that does not like the Devin Booker dribble pull-up, you can always go back to the Kobe or Pro 2. But if you're someone that's on a bigger build and you can't unlock that Kevin Durant since you're not a starter 3, Dirk Nowitzki is also a great choice. Just make sure you use R2 when it comes to fading with some of these actual dribble pull-ups. And with my field goal percentage and my 3-point percentage sitting at 80% and 70%, I've been literally going crazy with these jump shots. Now for my small guards, I'm going to be showing you the best bases right now, but I'm also going to show y'all the best releases that you can use. But for the basics, you can use Stephen Curry. Hands down, if you got a high three-pointer, 92 three-pointer, you can use Stephen Curry base. Malcolm Brogdon is one of my favorites. Like I always tell you, it's somewhat like T-Mac, but it's a little bit different. Jalen Brunson base is definitely slept on, especially if you're someone that got like a low three-pointer. You got like an 85 three-pointer max or an 84 three-pointer. Markelle Fultz is another one that you can use if you got a three-pointer that's going to end up being low, like an 82, 81 that you end up throwing on a jump shot. Then we got the Allen Iverson base, as it's very similar to T-Mac, but you know, if you're on a smaller guard, the contest is way different from being on a 6'6", 6'7", or even a 6'8". Kyle Lowry, this is one at the beginning of the year that still works to this day. If you're someone that has a low three-pointer under that 85 threshold, it gets the job done. And then you got Terrence Mann. This is a jump shot that was going crazy at the beginning of the game that still does well now. JJ Redick is similar to Stephen Curry. If you can't get Stephen Curry, try JJ Redick. It's a little bit similar, but it's not fully the same. And a jump shot I forgot to put in the last video was the Cam Thomas base. Cam Thomas base is definitely slept on. If you want to try something different, use that. John Wall, one of my favorite bases used in the game, especially when you use this base and put it on push max speed, you can go crazy. But I've been seeing a lot of people messing with the Trae Young bases. It's kind of like Stockton. It's very fast. It's a quick jump shot you can get off your hands very quick. But for those best bases I showed you, I'm about to show you the best releases for the small guards. We have Ryan, and if I had to rank this release, I definitely have it in my top 5 when it comes to actual releases to use. Bruce Brown is a good release. Some people might put it at a 2. Stephen Curry as well. Some people use Steph Curry for a 1 or 2, but it's really based on your preference and how you're going to set it up. But most of these jump shots you're going to see, they can be placed at the 1, but some of them are way better being placed at the 2, especially if you're someone that's going to use a Sadiq Bey, or you're someone that's going to use the Oscar Robertson, things like that. Like Luka Doncic, I prefer Luka Doncic as a 2 because it got a nice release. It's just like John Wall to me. Same thing with Damian Lillard. Some people might like Damian Lillard at release 1, some people might like it at release 2. Now with the other one, Oscar Robinson, this is the one that gets used the most. Oscar Robinson, you put it at 1 or 2 just based on your preference. And the same thing I said earlier, the John Wall, I like John Wall at release 2, but if you're someone that's a starter 3 and you want to end up having Patty Mills, hey, Patty Mills base, put that on if you are a starter 3. Now if you're someone that's going to be out there, you're trying to figure out what's a good jump shot for these small guards, and some of y'all already know the first base I usually mess with is the John Wall base. I use John Wall, Oscar Robertson, Luka Doncic, max speed 2080, and I use this on push and release. That's the only 2 I really do with this, but I prefer you to try with push based on what your wingspan is. If you got a shorter wingspan, try release, but if you got a longer wingspan, try push. And for my Stephen Curry custom, it's very similar to my other one. Just make sure you put this on release. But now if you're a starter 3, Patty Mills, Oscar Robertson, you can do Colin Sexton, you can do 80-20. Make sure this is on release. You have to put that jump shot on release. It's something about Patty Mills, you put it on push, you're gonna be very, very messed up when it comes to timing a jump shot. But for all my tall builds, my 6'5s all the way to my 6'9s, these are the best bases that you can use. You know you gotta have a T-Mac, one of the best base that you can use. T-Mac base is literally hands down the best base. As long as you can get it down, T-Mac is the best base. Devin Booker, it just came out. I've been liking the Devin Booker base. You try something new, but Kobe Bryant, you can never go wrong with the Kobe Bryant base. If you're someone that wants a good jump shot at the time very easily, the Kobe Bryant will definitely get the job done. But I already told y'all about Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon is my go-to when it comes to using these big builds. That's what you see on my LeBron, my Luka, my Tyrese Halliburton, my Devin Booker. That is one of my go-to bases when it comes to using big builds. But I already told you about Terrence Mann, about the small guards. Terrence Mann still get the job done. Dyson Daniels still get the job done. If you're someone that got a low three-pointer and you're trying to get a nice little base, hey man, use the Dyson Daniels. Taurean Prince, I'm telling you, Taurean Prince base is just, it's just so good, but he's just bad. I don't know what it is with 2K. All these players, they not really known like that, and they got the best bases in the game. Same with the Ben Shepherd and the JT Thors like that. But J.R. Smith, I should have been put this on my list. I remember for 2K23, a lot of people using J.R. Smith. Y'all know about JT Thor. This is what most lockdowns use, most poppers use. If they can't get a high mid-range, it's still a good base to me. And you got the Jordan base. Jordan base is definitely slept on. I try to tell y'all, I'm warning y'all, this is like my third jump shot video in a row telling you about this Jordan base, bro. You gotta try it, especially if you're a spot up. But for releases, you already know, for releases, you gotta have that Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey is one of the best releases, most used releases in the game. Kobe Bryant can use as a 1 or 2, but I'm gonna be honest, Kobe Bryant and Sadiq Bey definitely was a nice little combination, but the Troy Brown Jr. is definitely doing work this year. If you're gonna end up using MCW jump shot release, please use it at the 2. I prefer it at the 2. It's somewhat like Rudy Gay, but if you don't really care for it, hey, go to with the Luka Doncic. I prefer using Luka Doncic. It's like good, I'm telling you, it's a great cue. You can literally see the cue every time when it comes to flicking the wrist. But if you want a release that actually is very fast, the Tari Eason, you can put this at the 1 or the 2. I prefer it at the 1 if you want to speed up your jump shot. Before a release that's kind of underrated, but I've been seeing a few people use it lately. The Jake Layman release has been doing nice little wonders at the 1, but I know a lot of people use it at the 2. Y'all already know Oscar Robertson is platinum when it comes to 2K. Everybody use it at the 1 or 2. They used it before. For the last season and a half, I think I've been using Josh Richardson at the 2, and it's been doing wonders. If you don't like it, you can end up switching it. But for jump shots, when you're someone that's going to be out there really trying to go crazy, the T-Mac, Sadiq Bey, Oscar Robertson, you can mess with the blends. This is max speed. You can go 39, 61. You can go 40, 60, whatever you want to do, but I like it like this, and I prefer to use this on push. Do not use it on release. T-Mac on release might literally make you lose your mind. Use it on push. T-Mac is one of those jump shots that you have to put on push when it comes to using this actual base. I use T-Mac occasionally, but I'm still stuck on Malcolm Brogdon. Like, Malcolm Brogdon is literally one of the best bases I like, and it's easy for me to cue, but I use Malcolm Brogdon on release as you use Sadiq Bey, Josh Richardson, max speed, 34, 66. On a build that's 6'6" or 6'7" or 6'8", these are the builds that I usually use this and put it on release. Do not try to use it on push. I'm telling you, you try to put it on push, it's going to be hard to actually time. It's really going to be very hard to time, and I've been shooting very good. If you see my LeBron James video, you see my Tyrese Halliburton video, like, you might want to end up going to look at that, because I was shooting crazy. But Taurean Prince, Troy Brown Jr., and Kyle Korver. I forgot to throw Kyle Korver on the release list, but those are some great combinations. I do want you to try this on push or release. It's just based on your preference. It don't matter if you're on Xbox or PlayStation. That's just gonna be based on how you feel when it comes to shooting the ball with this. But now, the Jordan base. I've been telling y'all, Jordan, Troy Brown Jr., you see where I'm placing the Troy Brown Jr. and the Jake Layman. I told you about Jake Layman, I'm putting it at the 2, and the Troy Brown, I'm liking it at the 1 release. Use that. I'm telling you, you can use this on release. You can use it on, I prefer to use it on release because it's a fast jump shot. Try to use this on release. But if you're someone that thinks you can use it on push, put it on push. But look, as of somebody that usually uses JT Thor, and I literally be hitting consistently with the JT Thor, hey, I still use some of the releases, especially with my JT. But for my bigger builds, my 6'10s and up, my 7-footers, these are the best bases that you can use. The Eric Pascal, y'all already know Eric Pascal is platinum on 2K right now. The MPJ base is definitely similar to KD, but it's a little bit different. It's similar, but it's like, it's a little bit like Kevin Durant and MPJ got a similar kind of base. It's just something slightly different as a speed. But when it comes to the Jonathan Isaac, a lot of people sleep on Jonathan Isaac still, even though it being one of the best big man bases that you can use. David Robinson, hands down best base in the game for big man. David Robinson, as long as you can get an 84 3-pointer, 84 mid-range, use David Robinson if you can. PJ Washington is cool, but if you're someone that got a low 3-pointer, like a low, use that Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond actually has a great base, especially for you. Look at it, you only gotta have like a 56 3-pointer, and then you can end up getting to like a 70 at the most. But I'm telling you, for me to play on 7-foot builds, 6'11", 6'10", 7'1", I'll be going crazy with these jump shots. But for the releases, Bobby Portis is up there. I use Bobby Portis, especially with that Eric Pascal. I use Bobby Portis as a second release. Marquise Chris, I use this mostly like a 1 or a 2, but it's just based on where I'm placed at, because you can end up throwing the Tim Duncan on. Tim Duncan at the 1 or 2 is just based on how you set it up. Tim Duncan is one of the best releases that you can use. Gallinari, you can use this at the 2 unless you want to speed it up and put it at the 1. It's just based on your preference when it comes to that. Dirk is mostly going to be a 2 release, not a 1 release, because of how slow it is as a 1. Unless you want that arc and you want the actual height in your jump shot, you're going to use Dirk. Julius Randle, great secondary jump shot. Secondary release, Julius Randle gets the job done. PJ Tucker, I say you can use PJ Tucker at the 1, but his 2 release, like seeing his hand flick, is definitely a good cue to use. I would say try to mess with the 2. Now, if you're looking for jump shots, these are the jump shots I've been using for the past few seasons, going crazy with. When I say crazy, I've been going crazy. The David Robinson, LaMarcus, or just Julius Randle. 30-70, I use it on push or set point, just based on your preference. I've been using this on the Wemby build, the Cat build, the Porzingis build. I've been messing with it. But for Eric Pascal, Timmy D, and Bobby Portis, it's 70-30, the other way around. You can end up putting this on push. I could say set point, but set point might be a little bit too fast, just a little too fast, not like OD, but it's just hard to cue on set point, so I would prefer to y'all to try to use that on push. But look, if y'all boys don't end up using some of these jump shots, let me know in the comment section how they work for you. Let me know if you found the dribble pull-up that you like. Let me find out if you had some releases that you are actually interested in. Hey man, if y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all boys drop a like on this video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you turn on notifications if y'all haven't yet. Hey man, I'm gonna see y'all boys in the next one. Check out the 2 videos on the screen. It been your man ChaMoma, and I'm out, y'all.